All right, what is growing on? I know we just had a nursery video come out, but I filmed that video about 6 or 8 weeks ago. Finally getting around to making another video, and I noticed in the last video the dogs were atrocious next door. I've had a solution for that. So nursery update, dog solution. This does work. What we ended up doing was putting the black weed mat all the way along this black fence, or back fence, black weed mat. That is the commercial grade weed mat. I just zip tied it up there, and just stopping those dogs from seeing us. Seeing my dogs has stopped the entire issue. Now, what I can tell you is that issue has moved a little bit down this fence line where it's kind of overgrown. Might end up cutting it back and continuing that weed mat, but should be a little less dog barking in these videos. So black mat fixed the issue. Everybody always asks me, what type of black mat do you use? Where do you get it? There is no name brand. There is no special variety. I have a couple of different commercial garden centers that sell it, one being Site One. I have seen it on Amazon, but I don't have a specific name brand. There is not a name even on it when I buy it. Most of the time it actually even comes unlabeled. What I have found is the variety with the red stripe is way thicker than that variety I have on the fence with the yellow stripe. It's like twice as thick as the mat goes. It's also twice as expensive, but definitely far better than anything you're gonna buy at Home Depot or Lowe's. That stuff's typically cloth, it's cheap, and it just breaks down really fast. So guys, we're in the middle of summer. Everything out here is thriving, loving the rains that we're getting on a regular basis, loving the heat. Everything's pushing new growth. Lots of Grimmel Japodicabas, lots of Cherry of the Rio Grande, lots of scarlets, lots of whites in here, some Sabra. These are all the Cherry of the Rio Grande that just got done fruiting. And if you guys aren't growing Cherry of the Rio Grande in Florida, it's probably the best cherry you can grow down here. The most Bing-like, also the most cold hardy. I've seen this one growing all the way up to North Florida. The trunk kind of peels like a Japodicaba. This could be grown in a container long term, can be kept pruned. Check out the video I did of Katarina's house, my nursery manager. She's had some in the ground for years. They've gotten really nice trunks on them, and they're still in that 8 to 10 foot range. She's keeping them pruned down, and that's what you see over here behind me. So lots of Cherry of the Rio Grande. Beautiful tree. Once again, like I said, the trunk peels, but let's head back to the shipping house, see what the girls have going out. I know we have tons of figs with fruit on them right now. Can barely keep Japodicabas in stock. If you guys aren't growing those yet, you are slacking. I don't care where you live. They can be grown in a container. They can be brought inside in the wintertime. They fruit multiple times a year. It's probably one of the most exciting ones to be able to grow. I know plenty of people that grow condo mangoes in New York. Why can't you grow a condo Japodicaba anywhere? Let's head back to that nursery. Oh, I should also mention I got you guys tons of updated drone footage from around the property, all the different nursery zones, and I'm going to be running through the food forest this week. So next time I do a farm video, we're going to have a lot of epic overhead. So stay tuned. Japodicaba land has overgrown. We haven't even had a chance to put black mat down here. We just needed a spot for plants. The goal is to start moving a lot of these Japodicabas over to the new property, but we're waiting on security. We're waiting on some power, waiting on a few things. Lots of issues over there. We're not going to talk about that right now. But today is Monday. Today is shipping day. Had a couple of comments from our last shipping period. Had a couple people say that I ordered weeks ago. The price went up $10 on shipping. And just so you guys know, we use ShipStation. We have a e-commerce through our eSwid for our online sales, and we have been losing money for the last year on shipping, typically anywhere from $400 to $500 a week. Finally adjusted a lot of those box sizes, finally adjusted a lot of those weights, so we're not losing money when we're shipping stuff out. So if you guys see prices went up, it's not because we're trying to make more money, it's because we're not trying to lose money. So we just had to adjust rates to get things right, so we're not losing at the end of the day. Still shipping with UPS. If you're in Florida, typically next day. If you're in California, it's normally there by Fridays. Lots of white Japodicabas, lots of the Puerto Rican taro. Let's head over here and see what the girls are sending out. These are all Pingo de Mel, rare variety of Japodicaba. We've got a lot of culinary ginger, lots of pineapples. Looks like we got some Canistel coming back. Hola!
Hola.
What's your name?
Carolina.
Where do you live?
Spring Hill.
Spring Hill?
Yeah.
And where are you from?
From Guatemala.
You're from Guatemala, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And you work with plants all day?
All with Japodicaba.
And then go home and play with plants?
Yes.
So you love plants?
I love plants.
All right, that's what I like to hear. Keep up the good work. Thank you. All right, some more of our select pineapples. This is that white jade variety, 0 acidity, edible core, super popular pineapple, probably one of our favorites. Couple more of the cherry of the Rio Grande. Got some coconuts. We've got lots of smaller cherry of the Rio Grande ready to go. Even got a couple of neem trees in here. Some of these little ruby figs. Lots of sweet almond, lots of firebush, lots of variegated society garlic. You can see the butterflies just in here dancing. They're all over that blue porterweed that has edible flowers, very medicinal. This is the upright variety, not the true low native variety. But you guys see all these butterflies in here. That's because we don't spray anything. There is no chemicals, there are no fungicides, there are no herbicides. So everything in here is, you know, healthy. It's not going to kill insects. It's going to attract insects. So that's why you see all of these butterflies and bees dancing throughout the space. Peanut butter fruit. Look at all these beautiful Suriname cherries. Really delicious cherry. This can be used as a fedge. It makes a great food hedge. Very popular in South Florida. They just sell it as a landscape bush, not even for the cherries. The black grafted variety is phenomenal. The red is really good also, especially when it's completely ripe. Lots of overflow of bananas in here. We do ship a lot of smaller bananas. We ship a lot of Cattleya guavas, a lot of the true red native firebush. Lots of Barbados cherry. Grumi chama, that's another really cool one. That is cold hardy also, cherry-like, grows all the way to North Florida. The flowers have the most interesting smell. A lot of people say they smell like bacon, barbecue. New growth is red on these. Very, very cold hardy though, pretty one. I've had one in the ground by my house now for a really long time. It always does really well. Girls just cut back all of the Barbados cherry, so they've gotten a fresh haircut. Guys, there is no lack of humidity out here today. I have been sweating. I'm on my 3rd shirt since I got up this morning, so it is brutal. We are fixing to redo this entire nursery as soon as we slow down and come into our slow season. For now, all I've done is put this mat on the fence, but I need to remat this entire space. From the dogs running through here, it's just completely destroyed the mat. Also had some old pine trees. I need to get those ground out. So we're going to do a complete revamp here in fall. New base, new weed mat, new irrigation, just kind of revitalize this space. And we don't have tree lines anymore, so those can also come out. Lots of Vitex. This is a really popular one, the chast tree. Great for beneficial insects. Beautiful plant in the landscape. Flowers quite often. That's what I really like about it, is the amount of flowers and how often it's flowering. What do you know about figs with figs on them? Every one of the figs are loaded. These are doing really good, guys, because I think they're off the ground. They're away from any type of nematode pressure. So they're thriving like this. You know, they're not getting a lot of those root knot nematodes you typically get down here. Figs in Florida definitely need to be planted in a pit of compost. Some of the old timers say even putting concrete in the hole. There's lots of tricks for that. Chaya. I saw this one at Katarina's house. We don't have a lot of these. It doesn't propagate easily. This is a rare variety of Caliandra powder puff. Chaya, everybody probably knows about that one by now. We did have a pest recently get in here, start chewing the leaves on a lot of our sisu spinach, so we've cut them back. I believe the girls tried spraying some BT, but with all the rains, that doesn't last very long, so a lot of these have some chewing on them now. They will recover, but they are just getting chewed to pieces as we speak. Black turmeric, guys. This is a really rare variety. I got this from a friend up in Floral City who hunted and hunted and hunted for the true black turmeric. This is it. Has a beautiful kind of reddish colored vein in the center of the stem. And typically it will flower also. You want to have this in the ground for about a year before you harvest, and you don't want to even take all the root. Harvest a portion, split it up, divide it, replant it. These are all ready to be pruned. Got a lot of that Lolot Thai pepper leaf. This is a crazy ground cover, very aggressive in the shade. Takes off, just like I talked about at my other property. The longevity spinach really takes off in the shade, makes a great gown cover. Cranberry hibiscus, obviously edible flowers, edible leaves. Just a pretty one. People like eating that one too. Okinawa spinach. And let's see what's growing on over here in the shipping house. Lots of edible leaf hibiscus. Guys, I'm going to put together, just like I have for the Jaboticabas, a collector's pack, so you can get yourself a couple of these varieties. I'm going to put together a perennial vegetable collector's pack where you have 2 or 3 different varieties of the edible leaf hibiscus, longevity spinach, Okinawan spinach, maybe even throw a moringa in there, katuk in there. Might be 5 to 7 plants, something like that. So keep an eye out. We're going to give a deal on these, try to move some more of them out of here. That is one the girls have gotten really, really good with propagating. There's some of those 4-inch katuks. So that'd be one of the ones in that collector's pack. And lots of the purple possum passion fruit. Lots of yarrow just got cut back. We're actually going to be taking a bunch of this to a project up in North Carolina. Stay tuned. I'll talk more on that in the future. And the white marsalis fig. This one's been kind of flying out the door. We've got lots of 3 gallons, lots of 1 gallons available. We are phasing out the tropical milkweed. I'm only going to sell native milkweed at this point. You can thank Mr. Ryan Connaughton, crew leader for the installation side. He's like, Pete, we got to get that out of there. It's poisonous to the other butterflies. I have heard that before. Kind of neglecting it, so it is going, it is gone. Only native milkweed here within the next month. Lots of varieties of cassava, guys. I have special varieties that are just better roots. They last longer in the ground. They're less fibrous. Definitely have some really good varieties of that. Got lots of the nopales, variegated, unvariegated, kind of fallen over. We have so many. Here we go, figs for days. And these are some of our breeder figs, and you can see this one's already split. Oh, that didn't work out very well. Maybe not even ripened properly. But, oh, I do see a good one over there. Here we go. Let's see if I can twist this guy off a little easier. This one is not ripening properly, and it already has ants in it. Oh. So I don't even know if we have these varieties yet. I actually got all these big figs from a collector that passed away. He had left them to me, and we've been propagating them. So yes, I do have the white cadota kind of propagated out in the belly, which that one's an overproducer. For an ugly tree, it is putting out. Let's see what's going on inside the shipping house. Just got a question from somebody yesterday. I believe they were in Belize looking for an erosion grass. I said vetiver. This is all over Central America. One of our favorite clumping grasses. Grows super fast, really good for biomass, silica. But what's really awesome about this one, the roots go 15 foot deep, so really good for bank stabilization, erosion issues, and so on. Our second favorite being the Fakahatchee grass, and our third being the muley grass. This makes a nice flower, that's why everybody likes it. Not as aggressive, so that's the least aggressive of the grasses. Working your way to the Fakahatchee and then the vetiver. Down over here, coral honeysuckle, beautiful native vining species, makes long flowers. You'll notice hummingbirds on it. Seen all types of beneficials attracted to it, so it does really well. Got a couple of sugarcane left over here. All right, trailer full of plants. Look at this beautiful, what is this, the dwarf Grumichama?
Yeah.
Whoa. So this is a rare one, not commonly seen, has a little bit of a different leaf pattern. As far as the leaves having a little bit of a curl to them. This is a dwarfing Grumichama, really cool, vetiver grass. Spiral ginger, this makes an edible flower. I see a cherry of the Rio Grande coming out of here. What is this bigger guy? Cattleya guava, the monstera, the firebush. A little dark in here today. Lots of mulberries, Mexican sunflower. Whoa, what are you most excited about, Mary? Come on.
I love the shampoo ginger. I love the figs. Figs are delicious and they're all popping right now. So
okay.
It's nice to walk around and snack on them.
Mulberries
are delicious. Beautiful strawberry tree.
Montingia, huh?
Yeah, this is the yellow variety.
Ooh.
Got some nice stuff going on.
All right. What about that cherry of the Rio Grande? You got one of those at your house yet?
Not yet, but I need it. It's delicious.
All right. Well, keep up the good work. You're the one that's kind of responsible for everybody getting these plants right now. So, thank you.
Yeah,
let's see these boxes. Ooh, what do I see here? California, California, South Carolina, California, California. So a lot of these plants travel all the way across the country. Definitely handle with care. Mary, isn't this thing cute? What is this, little African potato mint?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's adorable. Can you look at this little guy? Probably makes one of the most beautiful ground covers ever. All right, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. See ya. Can't keep up with these Japoticabas. More red Japoticabas over here for days. More scarlets. I believe half of this is probably the scarlet variety. And what do you know? Sitting under a pile of carambola starfruit. These trees are just overproducers, even with freezing this winter, back out and pumping. So if you're not growing carambola, you're not in a zone where you can grow carambola, you are slacking. Whew. So, little nursery update on this hot, muggy morning here in Florida. Got a bunch of plants heading out. If you guys ordered, I appreciate your support. Those plants are heading your way. And most importantly, this video has been way quieter. We've not fixed the noise issue. It is 2023. Guys, plant a garden, start a food forest, pound some dirt. We appreciate the support.